everyone. Welcome to Geek Edge Chat Podcast. This is Shirley.
This is Christy.
And we are back to review My Hero Academia Season 7, Episode 8, 2 Flashfires. Shoto vs. Dabi, the brother fight we have all been waiting for. Blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry. I don't know why I was singing that stupid song. It's not stupid, but it was just funny. I just I just was listening to the Kendrick Lamar song because I was watching the performance he did for Juneteenth, and I just love the camera work on that one section. So that was funny. That's what I was looking at. Anyways, but first things first, let's talk about the shocking news. I mean, the manga's ending. We already knew the manga was ending. Kohei Horikoshi, the author and creator, artist, literally told us it was going to end this year. I just didn't think it was going to end this summer, especially in August.
I know, like,
that was freaking
shocking. In the summer, like, that's the most depressing.
Yeah, I just killed my summer. That literally fucking depressed me. Like, I'm not like, it's coming out, the last chapter, August 5th, which I think is a Monday from what I looked up on the calendar. And I'm just like, so
damn. Telling me everybody's gonna be depressed that whole week until the weekend.
I'm gonna be honest. I might take off work that day. I might just have to take off work because I'm just Monday. I barely I was working, but barely. And I had an author's interview, and I was not nervous at all. You know why? Because the whole day I was just sad and depressed about My Hero, and I killed the author's review. It was amazing. Good job to me. Pat on the back.
Yeah. No, she was great. I saw it.
Oh, thank you. I will definitely link it on our IG and stuff when it comes out on our Twitter page, Geek Edge Chat. Follow us on IG and Twitter. Also YouTube. Follow us, Geek Edge Chat Podcast. We're on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, like, whatever. Leave comments and stuff. But anyways, going back. Yes, I just didn't think it was going to end this quickly. I'm like, yo, my summer is ruined. My Hero, I didn't start in this fandom when it came out 2014, the manga. I started maybe 3-4 years ago. My cousin Gabriel, shout out to Gabriel. He literally was the one that got me into it. The summer we spent in Florida in his house, he was like, yo, let's watch My Hero. And I was like, okay. You know, I like superhero stuff. I did the Marvel movies. I loved them at one point. And so I was like, okay, My Hero. And in my thought, I was like, damn, I never really watched the anime. Not realizing that I watched Pokemon when I was a kid. So, wow, stupid me, but whatever. Anyways, yeah, he was like, Pokemon's an anime. And I'm like, oh, I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
you know, so
to be educated.
Pretty much. But to be honest, My Hero was really the first anime that got me into this fandom and world of anime and mangas. Because like I said, I wasn't reading mangas and shit. And I literally collected all the mangas. I have to the latest fucking volume, which is the Toga cover. I think it's volume 38. Could be totally wrong. But no, man. And My Hero got me through a lot of tough times with our dad becoming, very sick, and, all the issues with dialysis, and then his passing. So My Hero was that ounce of joy. So that's why I'm really depressed, because when a piece of media really affects you like that and gives you some type of good vibes, good energy, it means a lot to you. So that's why I'm just really sad it's fucking ending. I'm like, the anime's not ending yet, of course, but the manga is, and it's damn, no new content with these characters. What I love about My Hero, yes, the shonen battles are dope, and they're cool, and the animation's amazing, and the music's phenomenal, but most of all, what I love about My Hero is the characters. Like I said this before, it's the fucking characters, the world building, and the characters and the relationships they have with each other. I mean, I think the emotional core, I think that is where My Hero shines the brightest, really.
Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry for that, Shirley. I don't know where you are right now as far as depression mode, because I'm not there yet, because I don't read the manga. Well, I've started reading the mangas, but I'm on book 6 or something.
Yeah.
And
no, actually, I'm I'm on volume 7. You're on volume 8, actually.
I'm on volume 8.
You're ahead of me.
But you read the mangas currently.
Yeah. I look at the chapters when they come out and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't really care to be spoiled, so because I'm still gonna read all the volumes.
So but you know, so for me, it's like the anime's still going on. It hasn't hit me yet. But yeah.
I think you said that when the anime ends, that's when it really feels like, oh shit.
Yeah, because you know I grew up with X-Men, so knowing that the author took inspiration from X-Men, I love hero stories and.
Well, X-Men's the best probably in terms of like group dynamics too.
Yeah, I like them X-Men better than Avengers. I know people
I
probably would like slap me for saying that, but
no, they wouldn't. I think they actually would agree with
the characters are more interesting in X-Men than they are in Avengers.
I think people would agree.
And I'm talking about the TV show. The movies are okay, but the TV show from the 90s. Yeah,
definitely.
But anyways,
let's get into the episode. Exactly. This episode was hype as hell. Even got like his own poster. They had the chats, a discussion, and showed it in the movie theater, and then have a discussion with the actors who voiced the voice actors for Shoto and Dabi. So it was a hyped as hell episode. So let's get into it. It starts with Dr. Garaki like locked up in the prison, and he police station basically, and he's talking to the police officer about Dabi. And one of the lines I liked was "warp seas worthy of being vessels." I was like, "Yo, what the hell?"
Yeah, exactly. I had to go back and listen to that again. Read it again.
It was like, huh? It was like a creepy, but also like, whoa, like line and stuff. Because it means, you know, what the abuse that Dabi went through because of his dad, but also it's like that abuse manifested because of trauma and stuff into him doing. Of course, this is not an excuse for the fact that he killed people, but it is an understanding of what led Dabi to be born, in a sense, right? Mm. So, yeah. So Dabi, of course, is telling Shoto the story of how Dabi was born. And then you get these flashbacks when Toya went to, is it Sikoto Peak? Sikoto Peak, I think. And he wanted to show, like, his dad, his new moves and stuff like that. Of course, Endeavor doesn't show up. And Dabi's crying. Well, Dabi's not born yet. But Toya's crying and stuff. But he ends up combusting in flames, basically. His quirk starts combusting. Sadly, you know what's crazy? People do actually combust. I heard that shit. Like, people will combust in flames. Like naturally.
Wow.
I don't know how the fuck that happens,
like
but it's
Firestar and that.
They just literally start combusting.
Oof.
That is actually a real fucking thing.
That's rough.
And that's crazy to me.
God bless them.
I don't know how it happens, but it's crazy. Unless I'm bugging out, but I heard it's actually
yeah.
But so he's like burning and stuff, and you literally stay on the pain of this child burning alive, and you're like, holy like, yo, this is a lot. And he starts jumping in the water to stop from being on fire and stuff. And of course you see a man with a hat and a suit, and he's tall, and of course you gotta know who the fuck that is. I asked Chrissy who it was, and she was like, I don't know. It's All For One. Like,
he looked normal. I don't know.
But that's before he got his nutsack face.
Yeah. Oh, well. Well, I have to say that scene was really hard to watch. The idea of a child kind of burning and in flames, and then jumping in the river. So I heard that that's actually the worst thing you can do. But is that true?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I really don't know, actually.
That putting water on a burn is actually not good. Which I did once before, and it made it so much worse. It was so much more painful. But anyways, to get down to that, I was shocked that they even showed the scene. So it was really sad to see how a child can go through so much pain like that. And, you know, speaking of All For One, a.k.a. Mr. Potato Head, that's what I call him. Shirley calls him sack or whatever.
No, because
yeah, I know, but he just really looks like a potato head. I don't know what the heck. But anyways, so what's even creepier too about watching this show is the fact that he has orphans in a school type setting, right?
Basically, he has orphanages.
Yeah, and the idea that he's trying to brainwash all of them into believing his philosophy and using these kids to unleash, this idea of chaos. And, Mr. Potato Head promotes this lawless society ruled by people with powerful quirks. But I really like how Dabi was like, heck no, hell no, I'm doing what I want to do. And what they called it was obsession with his own dad. I mean, I guess so. It could be that.
Yeah, but I just feel of approval, basically. I mean, let's be honest. Why we want all approvals from our parents? Yeah. Yes, we say that we don't, but sadly, sometimes we're just like, yes, secretly we want it.
Yeah, I talk about that.
Not all of us.
Yeah, this idea that parents have so strong influence of how we think and how we be, and it's sad that Dabi is like that, but it also was cool in this scene because he wasn't taken by Mr. Potato at that time. But
the sensei guy, like, who looks like a sunny sunshine. That was a creepy ass.
That was creepy.
Character design. I'm like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
Because he looks happy. That's what's that word? Damn. But it's like he looks happy. He's like a sunshine. But he's creepy because he has this orphanage with all these kids and he works for All for One. Yeah. And Dr. Girl, I forgot what the saying was.
But I know what you're talking about. Anyways, the point is that it was sad to see the orphanage and the kids there and how he's using them to kind of, build this way of living that he loves, which is crazy. Like, he doesn't love to have society run like a normal society.
I think it was because he wanted those kids to be like normals, or he wanted those kids to take Shigaraki's place. Like Shigaraki doesn't get brainwashed or groomed well to like kill off All Might, then these other kids I could do that.
This was before Shigaraki, no?
Dabi
was young.
Well, Dabi's 25 and Shigaraki's 20. So I think Shigaraki was already...
So he knew Shigaraki at a very young age?
Who? Awful One?
Yeah, you're right.
You find out later in the chapters he knew him.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it. You already did. Spoiler alert. This is what Shirley does best.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Not.
Like, trying to bring it out.
Okay. So he goes back home after he, like, get the fuck out of... to the Sunshine Man. And then he sees his dad, because, well, before that, he says to the Sunshine dude, I forgot his name, creepy ass dude, like, I want to go home because I want to say sorry to my mom and my siblings and show my dad, like, my dad has to help me become a hero. Say sorry to his family. He wants to still become a hero. That's heartbreaking, though. But, so he runs away, of course, he leaves, and he goes back to his home, and what does he see? He see his dad being the shitbird that he is. His dad is abusing Shoto. And so it's like, oh, damn, I died for nothing? Like, what the hell is this? Like, because they think he's dead.
Yeah, because here's what Dabi's thinking. Like, my dad put me through this. I died because of my dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Endeavor doesn't give a shit because he's doing the same exact thing to Shoto. So that's why he's like, he don't care. Because you would think that he would have changed.
Exactly.
But no.
No.
Doesn't. So I could see how powerful that can be with just building so much hate.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's sad. So he's of course Dabi sees his photo, like his with his offering and stuff, and his I forgot his altar, I guess, and he basically says that like Toya died and Dabi was born. It's basically like saying like he's like a phoenix, like he's reborn and stuff like that. So that was very interesting.
Well, I like that the reference that you just made to Phoenix, because that's also kind of like a link to X-Men. Mm-hmm. And in X-Men, Phoenix is not a hero. Mm. And more like a villain, too. So it's interesting. And I'm not talking about the Phoenix when this girl takes over. I'm talking about Phoenix before it takes over her body. But like the Phoenix itself. Because it's still a character, the Phoenix itself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't remember much of X-Men.
Chaos and fire and birds things.
Oh. Yeah. So is it like an actual bird, or is it like
it's like a bird? Oh. It's an actual bird. Oh. Like it looks like a bird.
Well, yeah, I remember that from this.
Yeah.
From like, section of the comic books where you see it because of the TV show and stuff. I'm talking about the 90s one, animated one. Just to let you know. But yeah. And so Dabi, of course, leaves, and he watches videos of Endeavor to fight like Endeavor, to take his moves like Hell Spider and a Flashfire fist and all that stuff. So basically, because Dabi literally, this whole long journey of like, when they say hatred really keeps you alive, because it fucking does. He's like, look, I've been alive because the Garaki, he comes back to like Garaki and stuff, and they're like, hey, you remember us? And he remembers them, like, that kept me alive and shit like that. It's because Dabi, and Garaki's like, how are you still alive? Because you're supposed to be dead, right? You're supposed to be living past like a certain, time because of all of the injuries and stuff that he got from burning. Dabi's like, because he needs to, basically his plan was to die with his family. So he was just waiting to make his funeral, really, with his family. And that shit is like, damn, okay, And so that's why his hatred was keeping him alive, pretty much,
Yeah, I still don't understand why he wants to kill his mom and his brothers and sisters. Like,
trauma.
Yeah, but
it's a lot, and it's I'm not a therapist or a psychiatrist. I wouldn't know or know anything of like how trauma affects certain people different ways and stuff.
So speaking of Dr. Garaki, I wanted to say this earlier, but he's creepy as hell.
Dr. Garaki was always creepy.
Yeah, I mean,
burn that dude.
Yeah, he's just as sadistic as this
he
motherfucker.
Is. Because he his grandson became a Nomu. Like, he changed his grandson to a Nomu.
Is that an anime?
Well, it's a known, like... You remember that kid? They showed it, this
I
kid.
don't remember that in
There's
anime.
this kid. He's a chubby boy. Uh-huh. He's a big boy. Mm-hmm. And so you see him, like, hanging out with Bakugo and Deku when they're little kids in kindergarten. Remember those scenes? That's the grandson.
Oh.
And remember the Nomu? When Shoto and Toya fought Stain. Uh-huh. Remember the Nomu in like season 2? I think?
Yeah.
No, not season 2.
Wait, no.
No, season 2.
Oh, okay.
That Nomu comes and takes Deku and it flies off, but Stain kills it.
Yeah.
To like save Deku and shit. Spoiler alert, sorry. That's the kid.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's the kid. That's the grandson.
So creepy.
That's why it's flying. Remember, he had wings.
Oh,
that shit is so fucking creepy and awful. I'm like, damn, your own grandson? Like, yo.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so, basically, the big fight, of course, we're here now, and Endeavor is like, look, let me take care of Dabi because I abused you guys, I abused this family, and Dabi's the way he is because of me. Shoto is like, no, you have to fight all for one because, you're a child abuser and you gotta fight the child groomer. Just say no. I'm sorry.
Groomer, abuser.
But also abuser. I'm sorry, there was a caption for that. This Twitter caption, I forgot who said it. God damn it. It's late at night. But basically for the new episode, for the new posters, like Endeavor and All for One. And then the Twitter caption was child abuser versus child groomer. And I was like, God damn. It was like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's crazy.
But you know what's crazy? That's fucking canon. They're literally about to fight. like awful one in Endeavor. That's the next episode. But getting into Shoto literally is like, no man, this is our duty. I will take care of Dabi because my power can go against his power. So that's pretty much what happens. Dabi's like, oh.
Yeah, so just to comment on what Shirley's talking about, I was trying to figure out whether, and maybe you can fill in here, whether or not that Dabi's this cynical laugh that he has, is that happen only when he does flames, or is it only because when he sees his family?
It was funny. Dabi was very mellow throughout, and now you notice in this last
he's so
final arc, he's like, this is who I really am. I'm chaotic, I'm crazy, look at me, I'm amazing.
Yeah, so it's just like a whole total 180 type.
But if you look at his
character,
but if you look at his kid scenes of his flashback, he's kind of like that though. Remember?
Kind of, but
he's
no.
very
this
out
is very
there,
cynical now,
boyish, very
No, I could see that. Yeah, so I was just wondering,
full of energy, really.
Damn, parents bring out the worst in you sometimes.
Well, they really do. They really do.
But what I like about seeing the fight, for me, it was kind of this compare and contrast between them. I was able to think of things that are similar in Dabi and Shoto. Of course, it's easy to know that they had the same upbringing. Really, the dad abused both of them. But this idea that Dabi became a killer and Shoto forgave his family. So I think it's very interesting to see the trajectory between both of the sons and where their life took them, and knowing that Shoto was able to forgive his family and still be able to fight Dabi. And I thought that was very, I don't know, I just saw the humanity in it, in the sense of humility.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's not really a fight. Everybody was hyping it up, saying, oh, this is going to be a fist fight and stuff. No, the way Horikoshi wrote it is that these are two people, especially a kid, because remember, Shoto's 15, 16 years old, 16 probably. These are two people who went through trauma. These are two siblings that went through trauma. It's not really a fight. It's more just letting these emotions out. You get what I'm trying to say? It's because I think Shoto even says it. Take out all you got. We're gonna be here. And stuff like that. And in the end of the fight, he tells him, please stop. And all that. It's a lot. It's like a therapeutic type of session in the sense of just letting things not go, but just letting them out, I guess.
Yeah.
It's kind of a fight, but not actually supposed to be a fight. Because remember, these are two people who had trauma.
Yeah.
Who've been through a lot, and they understand what they've been through because they both went through it because of their dad. Yeah, the abuse and stuff. So, yeah. I don't know. I thought that was very interesting and beautiful in the sense of it's not supposed to be a battle fucking shonen fight. You know what I mean? To me personally.
And I could totally see that, because a lot of the okay, I'm gonna be real with you. When you first mentioned this fight, I was like, oh. But I realized that the majority of the fight was them verbally arguing with each other.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a sibling fight right there.
Yeah.
Verbally arguing. Sometimes there'd be punches. Sometimes there'd be kicks.
I was like, they're not really fighting. So yeah. I thought that was very interesting. And I wanted to mention that after what you said. So.
No, yeah, well, that was my interpretation. I mean, probably a lot of people have that interpretation too, of course. So Shoto basically tells Endeavor, like I said, we have to fight. I'm gonna fight him and stuff. And there's one part where Shoto's he's showing his new power where he can, like, the heart is the center, and then his cold side and his hot side, like, cross each other to, like, balance each other out. What he says, like, an equilibrium type of sense of, like, cold flames, hot flames, but they're not, like, hot. They're, like, cool flames in general together. Like, that's his new power move. And so he's showing that to Deku, and, you know, then they show the flashback from that crazy, good, amazing episode of Shoto Todoroki's origin story. Remember season 2 during the sports festival arc, which is, like, one of my fucking favorite arcs, to be honest. I rewatch it. I'm not even lying. I just rewatched it, like, a month ago. And I might rewatch it again. But pretty much, you know, just Deku helping Shoto realize that he's so much more, and so much more than what he went through with his dad. That yes, this is a part of him, but but that's just one aspect. It's a very important aspect, of course. But there's so much to life. There's so much to grow, and so, you know, the power is basically yours. It's not your dad. Don't think about your dad right now. This is your move. This is your choice. This is, you know, so then basically he tells Deku, like, Midoriya, this is my power. Thank you. And I thought that was amazing because it literally shows the character development and arc going full circle with Shoto. And I'm like, yo, this is what I'm talking about. This is why the fuck I watch My Hero and love this story. Because of the character development. Yeah. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, although that scene was weird. Like, he's showing him his ex in the sauna, and then you seeing this guy with his ass out. I'm like, what?
Okay, I'm going to be honest. That was an anime thing. Because it was not in the manga. You saw the kids.
Okay.
You saw
we're here to talk about the anime.
You saw the kids in the manga, but the bubble speeches are blocking their private parts, of course. Right?
That was just
rightfully so.
A weird, awkward.
But it was just weird how in the anime they were like, oh, here's Ito's butt. And you're like, why are you showing me this kid's butt? Hello, please, no.
And then, you know, Shoto showing Deku his chest.
But he's showing his power.
I know.
Oh my God, Chrissy.
I was like, yeah. Let me stop. Just kidding. No, it was awkward.
It's stupid. But I love how
because they're kids, but still.
But I love how Bakugo's like, I could still fight you and something like that. Like, it's just fucking funny because Bakugo always has to be in.
Well, I'm happy you mentioned that because I would love to see a fight between Shoto and Bakugo. Again, now.
Yeah, but like with their full like potential and that'd be interesting.
Full potential.
Just for fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, actually, I would like to see that too. Yeah. So that actually would be cool. Yeah, now I want to see that shit. Okay, but yeah. So the end fight. Let me just name Shoto's new power. Flashfire Fist Phosphor, which I think is a dope power. Really dope ass power. Loved it. So he's like, I got this power. He lets it out to stop Dabi because Dabi's whooping his ass. Let's be honest. And you know, he's getting that power, like, you know, reassurance and stuff. So the end of the fight is that, you know, basically with that power, Shoto punches Dabi, and Dabi's like, oh shit. Because it's basically freezing him. So I guess he's freezing his power. He's like, you know, freezing the fire and
his
stuff.
His face was hella funny.
Oh, the Dabi's? Mm-hmm. Like, oh shit. Like, he's like, I'm getting cold.
Yeah.
Like, he's freezing up. So, and when they do the impact frames of them as kids, when the glacier part, when Shoto just burst out the ice power and stuff, that was really amazing. Yo, when Horikoshi does the parts of them as kids in these fight scenes, because he does that later on a couple of times with the other fights, and you're just like, can you stop with the kid shit? Because this shit makes me cry. Because overall, it's just telling you your trauma fucking most of the time starts when you're a child.
Yeah.
And it affects you until fucking adulthood. They're not adults yet. But Dabi is. But you know what I mean. It does affect you until adulthood. So it's just like, damn. And so I think that's why he shows them as kids. Because that's like, look at that. This trauma, it just goes with us everywhere.
And it's gotten them to where they are now. Pretty much.
And so, yeah. And the music during that part of the fight when Shoto does his, the Flashfire fist flosser to stop Dabi. It's just like, and the child Shoto and Toya crying. The music, again, Yuki, is amazing. It's beautiful.
Thank you, Yuki.
They should, like, release it as, like, a solo thing. Like music, so we can listen to it on like Spotify or something, or like YouTube.
I like that.
Right, because it's so beautiful. I was like, yo, this is amazing. Anyways, that is the episode.
Yay!
Of 2 Flashfires. Shoto versus Dabi. It's just sad to see siblings, especially 2 brothers, fight each other.
No.
That shit always makes me sad.
It's not sad at all.
No, because of what they went through.
No.
That's the sad aspect of it.
No, Dabi needs to, Shoto needs to wake Dabi to fuck up.
I mean,
you can't be acting like this. Nah, motherfucker. I forgave this motherfucker. You can too. Let me stop. Imagine. I don't know what's happening next after the fight, but you don't need to tell me that now.
I'm not gonna tell you. People think it's done, but it's not.
I know. It looked like it was done. The way they framed it and all that.
That's like, a dope frame.
Like, he's like, oh.
That dope frame with the everything like frozen.
Yeah.
And it's like they're frozen in time.
Yeah,
type of thing.
The great thing is that it looks like a boxing match.
Yeah, that too. Actually. No. That's really good. It's really good. That's how it was in the manga too.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So yeah, so I gotta give it to the animation team. They've been really doing amazing, and I hope they're getting the rest they deserve and the pay they deserve, and because you know about animation teams going through what they go through
and the fun they deserve.
Like, no, because you know they abuse them. Like, they don't really.
No, but what I'm trying to say is I hope they're having fun while they're doing this work.
Oh yeah, man! I hope they love doing what they do, man. I hope so.
So I hope they're not still abusing them. Oof.
Man, like when I hear stories about that MAPPA like animation like house like company, I'm like, damn.
They're a little different from Endeavor.
You know, the work culture is crazy. You know, it's a lot. I hope it gets 10 times better. Like it needs to stop. Like seriously. Let's say good night.
Good night.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.
The podcast. Like I said, subscribe, like, share it with other people.
If you liked what we said today, then keep watching and keep listening.
Exactly.
Join us for more episodes and more conversation about movies, TV shows, books, life.
And My Hero, because we're doing these episodes with the new episodes coming out for every Saturday. So, thank you for listening. Adios. And I'm still sad about the manga ending.
No, and thank you to all those who've been listening for a while to us.
Yes,
we really appreciate it.
Thank you for your support. We really do appreciate it.
We do this as a hobby, and we have fun doing it, so that's why we're going to keep doing it.
Yeah, and sometimes I'm stressed out.
Even with the 5 listeners, 20 listeners we get, it's just nice to know that at least one person's listening.
Hell yeah, and thank you for listening, because I truly appreciate that.
All right, have a good night.
Adios.
Peace out.
Good night.